This thing gets so wobbly. The stand gets so wobbly when I put it up higher, but I'm so short. It isn't even that high. You think it would be fucking fine, but it's not. So if it's a little wobbly, don't blame me. It's the stand here. Welcome to a video. I have been doing a lot of wrap-ups and stuff like that, and I haven't done a vlog in a while, so I have been compiling footage from the last couple of weeks and months because there's a clip from December in here. So I have the problem of being a homebody, so I don't go out and do anything, and so it takes a while for me to compile a vlog long enough to actually be worth putting on the internet. So anyway, if you're new here, my name is Laurie. I live in Utah, and I'm just chilling. I have 2 cats. You'll see both of them probably in this video. And yeah, we have one goal in mind with this video, is to read this book. This is the only book that we read in this video, but it is the first time I am reading this book, and it's a book that everybody on the internet loves so much, and so I had to know what the hype was about. It's over 500 pages, so it took me a couple of weeks to read it, but you'll see if I like it or not in this video. I finally have a new hobby, which is not that rare for me because I go through hobbies like water, but it's a paint by numbers, and I'm really bad at it. Also can't tell you how many times I've had this water cup next to me and my coffee mug, and I've almost drank from the paint cup. I'm living my best life. Finally, some good fucking lighting in one of these videos. I have a window right next to me, and it's shining beautifully. So I wanted to talk about a little bit about myself, because what else are you here for apart from hearing me talk about myself? I'm in the middle of 3 books, as I stated in my wrap-up video. I'm in the middle of Bright Young Women, Dogs of Summer, and everyone in my family has killed someone, but I'm just not feeling any of them. I just don't care. I'm almost done with Bright Young Women because I need to finish it because it's a library book and it has to go back by the 23rd, so I need to finish it, but I just don't want to. I just need a book that is fast-paced, and I just feel like a reading slump is coming, and I hate that because I like making these videos, and I like recommending books and talking about books, and if I don't read any books, I'll have nothing to talk about. So I picked up The Poppy War because everybody says that this book is wonderful, and I have to trust that everybody is correct because I can't be the only one that doesn't like it. It's got to be good, right? But look, it's this beautiful edition, got illustrations in it, and it's just so pretty. So far, it's pretty interesting. I'm only on page am I on? Like 30. And so far, so much has happened. This girl is an orphan. She was taken in by this family because everybody who only had less than 3 kids were obligated to take in basically orphans from the war, the Poppy War, because, of course, and they are determined to get her out of the house by determined to have her marry someone that would be beneficial for them. So she doesn't want to marry this guy because he's older, and she's only 14 at the beginning of the book and is supposed to get married at 16. And so she is trying to get into this academy. The only one that is free is the very top academy, and she needs to get into that in order to avoid getting married. So that's kind of where it is. She's studying her little ass off, trying to get into this academy, and that's all I know. I heard that there's a big betrayal at like chapter 21 or something like that. So do you want to see how my paint by numbers is going? Look at it. It's beautiful. It kind of looks like she has like a flush mustache. And I can't unsee it. So we need to finish that so she looks less weird. Did go to a record store.
You're so cute. Not as cute as you.
Maybe I could go over my records that I have. I have some of them because my wife got me a record player for Christmas. And so we've been slowly accumulating records. We know nothing about records or record players or how to make them work. We had to Google how to turn it on and get it to play. So it's been going well. Okay, I'm back. I only have 4 records because I have only had a record player for like 2 weeks. So records are also really expensive. I did not know that was a thing. I have this little shelf of CDs down below at the bottom of this bookshelf over here, but I don't have a way to play them. I just kept them because they're either signed or they're really good albums that I just liked a lot, and so I just keep them forever. Anyway, I have basic bitch taste, and this will show that to you. I have Olivia Rodrigo's Guts. It's so pretty. It opens. Maybe. So that's fun. We have my all-time favorite album. Well, maybe not my all-time, but my top artist and top album 2 years running on Spotify is Lizzie McAlpine's 5 Seconds Flat. This one I got at the record store in Vegas, which is Carly Rae Jepsen's Loneliest Time. Because if you are sleeping on Carly Rae Jepsen because you think she's just the call me maybe girl, she's got some good shit out there. I think she's had like 4 albums since then. And then, of course, you gotta have Fleetwood Mac's Rumors. So good. Just so good. This is a childhood favorite. My mom used to play this for me all the time. So, you just gotta own it. Yesterday, for holiday things, we baked cookies with my niece and my dad. And I'm not going to go into too much detail about it because my niece is her own person and she doesn't need to be involved in this, despite the fact that I think she wants to be a YouTuber when she grows up. But anyway, the story that I wanted to tell, my niece loves making these cookies, but not for the reason of actually mixing the things together or anything like that. She likes 2 things: eating the dough, which we don't let her do, and putting sprinkles on the cookies, which we do let her go crazy with. And she likes to call it going cray-cray on the sprinkles, which I thought we stopped using that word years ago, but apparently it's back. The kids are saying cray-cray again. And so I wanted to show a picture, I'll put it right here, of her masterpiece, of her most decorated cookie. And she basically dumps all of these sprinkles on, and then we have to take the tray that she put all of the sprinkles on and dump it out off of the cookies onto another tray so we can actually cook it without it burning. It's chaos. And she even says that she is chaos. She just screams, "I am chaos!" So, let's talk about some books that I got recently. Not this one. This is a book that I've been meaning to read forever. I recently got 2 books. The first one is Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. This is, I think, a mystery novel where, like, everybody has killed someone in this guy's family, including himself. I think it's a mystery about someone kills then somebody in the family, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure. The back of the book is not very specific about what really happens in this book. I just know that everybody in his family has killed somebody, which is intriguing in and of itself. So that's what we go with. The next book I got was The Berry Pickers by Amanda Peters. This is a story about a family of berry pickers who are picking berries for the summer, and then one of their children goes missing. And it also is about another girl who grows up in a rich family and she's trying to uncover some kind of secret. That's all I know about this one, but so many people have loved it. I think it was on Goodreads' list of books, which I am slowly going through, oddly enough. I've read a couple of them so far. Kind of coincidentally, I didn't mean to actually pick them all up, but here we are. So this one might be what I read next. I'm not quite sure. Are you living your best life, Rosalind?
She is. It's everything she ever wanted. Here, I got some crinkle paper for her. Oh. Oh. Feisty. I think they just keep like going down the line and then like fucking around and coming and looping back around and like doing this and attacking each other.
So many squirrels.
I think they're just playing a game. A little squirrel game.
Is that like reindeer games?
Kind of, yeah, but with squirrels. Go, little squirrel, go.
Okay, I was gonna say that I didn't get any books for Christmas, and then I realized that that is 100% a lie. My brother got me bedtime stories for my cat. Yeah, they are just puns. Romeo and Juliet, Pride and Prejudice, Les Mis, and Frankenstein. They are bedtime stories for your cat, and they come with cat treats. Let's see. I haven't actually looked through these, but I assume it's just puns. Yeah, this is Romeo and Juliet. So, you know, that's a very important gift that I got, and they were 100% books. So, this is what I have to deal with on a daily basis. She stole my spot just because I got up for a second. Also, can we talk about what is this? What is this bit doing? I finished my paint by numbers. Look at that. Ah! It looks better from far away. Hold on. Does it look good? Okay, let's do a reading update. It's time. I have made it to, where did I make it to? 260 on the Poppy War. This book is so fast-paced and so exciting and so interesting. This is exactly what I needed to avoid the reading slump that all the other books were putting me in. But I think I'm not going to be able to do a January reading wrap-up because I only read half of like 4 books and then this one. So I'm slowly making my way through it. Girl Rin, the main character, has gone into a elite academy to learn how to become basically a soldier for the Empire. And she's basically the underdog because she's from the South, and like hardly any people get into the South, from the South, let alone girls. And it goes through her first year in the academy and all of the lessons she learns and the combat that she has to learn. And then at the end of the first year, there's a big tournament to try and figure out who's basically the strongest of all of these first year students, and she takes it a little too far. And so it makes me think that she's going to do something fucked up in the future because the way that she answers her strategy questions and the way that she fights makes it seem like she's really has the potential to be really brutal, and she just wants power. And so I am concerned about what this girl is going to do in the future. It just did a little bit of a time jump to the end of her, or to her 3rd year in school, and how a war is starting up. This is the 3rd Poppy War. And yeah, that's basically where I am now. It's super fast paced and exactly what I was looking for. So I'm flying through this book. I don't know when I'm going to finish it, if anytime soon, because it's almost 600 pages. So I'll check in with you later. Remember when I said that I had only gotten books for my cats for Christmas? I actually saw one of my friends for um, just to hang out. They're living in New Jersey right now, and they were in town. We've been friends for like 20 years. We met in seventh grade, and they got me a whole bunch of books. Me and my wife, graphic novels and manga, and I thought we should go over them. And I need to look up what some of these are because I don't really know anything about them. First one I've actually heard of before because I like to watch people go through their entire manga collections and get recommendations from that. So it's A Man and His Cat, which is just that. It's a story about a man and his cat. And look how cute they are. I don't really know much more about that, but I think it's just basically a cute little story about a man who adopts a cat and they emotionally support each other. So these next two are actually DC books, but they're LGBT DC stories, which I know there's a lot of LGBT DC stories now in the comics, but not in the shows and the movies and things like that. I don't think they've brought to light a lot of their LGBT characters as of yet. Don't quote me on that though, because I watch more Marvel than I do DC. So, but this is about a girl who her mother is a seer, and it's expected that her mother's powers will go to her older sister, but it turns out that Naya or Nia, I'm not quite sure how to say her name, a trans girl ends up getting the powers instead, and so she tries to hide them in order to not hurt her sister's feelings. And it's beautiful. I love the art style. Okay, the next one is Galaxy, the Prettiest Star. This is another, oh goodness, this is another DC novel, graphic novel. It looks like this is about a girl who is actually an alien princess from another planet, but has been disguising herself as a boy in Metropolis. And yeah, and suddenly meets somebody else who helps them not want to hide any longer who they really are. So yeah, it's so pretty. I love it. Okay, I also got the first three issues of The Cole. Oh, can you even see that? It's a little kind of a glare. This is a story about five friends who go to make a short film on like this island or on a rock or something like that. And it turns out one of them is lying and they're actually there for another reason. It's just kind of like a horror novel. I think the first volume has come out, but I have to go through the first three issues. And it looks pretty. Plus, it's from Image Comics, and I like a lot of their comics. So, next one I have is Gone. This seems to be a sci-fi graphic novel. Oh, it's snowing. It hasn't snowed in Utah in so long. Like, we didn't get hardly any snow in December, and so the fact that it's snowing finally is very exciting. Except for the fact that I hate driving in snow. But it's so pretty. Looks like it's just barely snowing. This is a graphic novel about it's a sci-fi kind of thing where like this 13-year-old girl sneaks onto some sort of ship and there's some betrayal involved. That's basically all I know. The last one I have is Come Find Me. Ooh, this is a limited printing apparently. How fancy. This seems to be a horror anthology, and yeah, I haven't read. I don't know if I've ever read a horror graphic novel. I've read a lot of horror novels. Well, not a lot. I've read a bunch, but yeah, we'll see how creepy that one is. And that's it. I can't believe so many books. It's so sweet. I didn't want to grab the actual book, so I just have the dust jacket. I just have one question for anyone who has read this book. Are you okay? Because I just read chapter 21, which is the chapter everyone's like, oh my god, chapter 21, it'll destroy you. Damn. Shit's fucked up. I just, I don't know what to say about it. I don't know how to feel about it. I just know that it's fucked up. And I heard that there was a big betrayal in this book, and the betrayal hasn't happened yet. So, did someone lie to me, or is there a betrayal on top of all of that? Oh my god. I watched a TikTok that was on my For You page, and they were fine between the first and second book, but then they were sobbing at the end of the third book, which makes me very concerned about what happens. Because if this isn't the worst thing that happens in these books, I don't think I'm prepared. Because holy shit. I picked up A Man and His Cat to make myself feel better about life and everything that's going on in that book. This book is just sweet, so sweet and wholesome. The point of view of both the man and the cat, and they both just need each other, but they're so afraid to ask because they're afraid that the other won't love them anymore. But they love each other no matter what, and it's just so sweet and wholesome. And I'm only like halfway through it, so it's so cute. Makes me feel better. Okay, I finished the Poppy War. I devoured the Poppy War is probably more accurate because I finished this in like a week, and it's pretty long for a YA. I don't think this is a YA. It shouldn't be. For a novel about a teenager, how about that? It is pretty long, and it was so good. It's such a good book. I think I got to give it 5 stars, and that's a rarity for me, but it's just so good, and it really deals with a lot of complex themes, like themes on war and how far you're willing to go for your country and dehumanization of the enemy, that kind of thing. And all wrapped up in this coming of age story of this girl who's just trying to figure out what the fuck she's doing. It's really interesting because it goes between kind of genres. Like it starts out as like, I don't want to say a dark academia, but it starts out as like just a book at school, and she spends like 200 pages there. I kind of want to get the matching ones because I need the second one immediately. I hear the third one is really devastating, and so I'm a little concerned about that. But yeah, I loved all of these characters. I loved how it kind of goes from you have these trivial rivalries in school that kind of go to the wayside when um, war is involved, and when things get really serious, you're like, oh, that was silly of me. And it's just interesting to see these characters grow and how they'll be affected by everything that's going on. And the last line of this book goes hard. The last sentence, and went to my wife and was like, you got to hear about this quote. You got to hear this quote. I'm trying my best to work right now, but she's making it difficult. That's it. That's all I have for you today in this month. And hopefully I'll have another vlog out in, I don't know, a couple months. Let's be real. I don't know when that's going to happen. But let's do a little reading wrap up. And by reading wrap up means I read one book. This one. If you remember. If you recall, I was reading this book. This book is extremely entertaining. It's really fast paced, and even when it starts to feel like, oh, they've been in the academy too long, or oh, it's been too long of them doing this, it really switches things up pretty often. And so it never feels boring. It never feels like a slog to get through. And it's absolutely heartbreaking. I don't know what the third book entails because I've seen people crying over the third book, but we're going to pretend like that is not in our future. We're going to pretend that the worst thing that happens is chapter 21. And I don't know, I'll probably, I'm definitely going to read the next two. I don't know if I'm going to wait until this edition comes out so they all match, because I am not the kind of person that really cares about that kind of thing. That kind of thing doesn't really matter to me. As long as I can find the book, I don't care what it looks like. So I don't know if I'm going to wait. I think the next one comes out in June. And yeah, I think the next time you'll see me will be my January reading wrap up. I think I actually read enough to actually do a January reading wrap up, unlike December where I only read like 3 books. Oh, but I got a new paint by numbers that I've been working on because this is my new life. It just kind of looks like a bunch of splotches right now, but I swear there's meaning and purpose to it. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.